I wanted to make a video explaining why I think this week's hack is really good and definitely worth the 400 keys it would take to get it, but also explaining like why I think this so you can better evaluate future hacks and decide whether or not they are worth it for you. Starting off, this week's hack is 400 keys for 10 rares, 1 dupe protected quatermaster collection hack, and 1 dupe protected Mark II hack, or epic Mark II hack. So as you can see, 400 keys for 10 rares, a guaranteed quatermaster collection you don't have, like weapon you don't have, and then a guaranteed epic weapon you don't have, or Mark II epic rather, that you don't have. And in the case of both the quatermaster and the epic Mark II, you can actually go into the armory and look at these collections in total and see what you have and don't have and actually like calculate your odds of getting what you want. But starting off with the 10 rares, that would be 300 keys. In general, like we know the rate for rares, it's 30 keys a rare, so 300 keys for that. If you subtract that from 400, you're paying 100 keys for the guaranteed quatermaster and then the guaranteed epic mkII weapon. I definitely think those things are combined are worth 100 keys. You could evaluate that at 50 keys a piece, and I would think that's fair, especially if you have like a specific mkII epic you're trying to get and you actually have a good portion of the mkII epics already. Like I said, you could go into the collection and actually look at what you have and calculate the odds at getting something that you actually want. Just because it's dupe protected. Anything dupe protected I think is really good, especially when it comes down to the quatermaster thing and the epic mkII, because everybody wants epic guns obviously, but also the quatermaster weapons have some of the best weapons in the game. For example, the VPR yokai, the new G-Rail epic seems good, the K-bar string theory, the VPR Irriscable. There's just so many, and then obviously some of the epics of like the models or like some other weapons. There's just really good weapons in the quatermaster collection that a lot of people are going for, and in the case of the epic weapons, you actually get 2 shots at it because there's the quatermaster hack that's dupe protected, and then also the epic hack that's dupe protected, or yeah, so dupe protected. So if you wanted for say the VPR yokai, you actually have 2 shots at getting it just because both those things are dupe protected, and there's like a very small pool of things. If you do get this, I would say open the 10 rares first and then open the dupe protected things, just because if you get quatermaster things out of the 10 drops, then you're not going to get them out of your dupe protected, so it just narrows the pool of things that you can get out of your dupe protected drops. So I hope you could see how I came to the conclusion that this hack is worth it. Basically, I subtracted the known quantity. We know how much rares cost, so how many rares are, multiply it by 30, and then subtract that from the total value of keys that it takes to get the hack, and then evaluate whether or not the remaining things are worth the remaining key total to you. Like I said, everybody's different. Some people value things higher than others. Like recently there was a hack that I don't think it was worth it, but it gave like guaranteed hero rigs. But I think it was like 5 rares and then a guaranteed hero rig for like 250 keys. And at that rate, the hero rig was 100 keys, and I didn't evaluate it that high, so I didn't think that hack was worth it. But if you really wanted the hero rig and you think it was worth 100 keys, it might have been worth it too. That instance might be a little off just because that's me remembering a hack from weeks ago, and it might not be like exactly the right values, but the point still stands that I subtracted the rares and then evaluated the rest and decided it wasn't worth it to me. Like I said, everybody's different, so some things you might value higher than others. I hire guns higher than everything, and I don't really care about customization items, so I only go for things that have the guaranteed weapons like this. 10 rares is good, guaranteed quatermaster is good, and then the guaranteed mkII, and the fact that those 2 things are dupe protected just makes this hack really good for me, and I'm going to be grinding it. I've already gotten 2 this week, and I'm going to be going for maybe 3 or 4. That's going to be it for this video. Basically, I just wanted to explain how I evaluate the hacks, because I've seen people online asking other people what they got from it and asking if it's worth it because of that, but what other people get has no bearing on what you will get. It's completely random each time, except for the dupe protected things, which really depend on what mkII and quatermaster weapons you already have. So what your friends get or what I get has no bearing on what you will get. It's all random aside from the dupe protected things, which largely depends on what you already have. So you have to look at these things and evaluate it for what it's actually worth, not what somebody else got, to determine what the worth is. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video.